Was there ever a confrontation between you and Tony Atlas?
Oh, yeah.
What happened with that?
I don't know. We were headed to some town, and after the matches, and I was sitting in the back seat. Brian Blair was driving, and I don't know what happened to Tony that night. I've always gotten along with Tony. And in that cooler, there was a ice that had melted. Right. Well, every time Brian you'd make a curve or anything, that cooler water would splash over and get me wet. And I said, Brian, pull over. Let me dump this cooler out. And Tony said, nah. Well, let's keep going and this or that. I said, well, what's wrong there? One thing led to another. I don't know what was wrong to it. And before it was over, I told Brian to pull that car over. And you know the rest of the story.
Right.
He ended up in the hospital. Wow. So,
memories and thoughts on your series with Buzz Sawyer, and what was he like outside the ring?
Buzz was he was a maniac. Buzz was a maniac. he was what he was.
Right.
He was a maniac, but that guy could work. The guy he could go. He was good. He was hard. He was like Ole, except with more get up and go. More get up and go. You know, Ole was methodical and everything, but very, you know, he was good and solid. And Buzz was Buzz was kind of like me. Our styles went together really good. Yeah, I loved working with Buzz, and I enjoyed working with him a lot. And it's sad that, you know, he's no longer with us. But Buzz was a good hand. He was his own enemy.
Right. Masked Superstar. Some of your memories on him.
Had some good matches with him. Bill Eadie?
Yes.
Yeah, I had some good matches with Bill. And, you know, you got to realize I'm still learning in this period, you know. These are 2-3 years in the business, and these guys had already been in the business. So, but I did good with him. I liked him too. And it was different working with a guy with a mask. It's different. So there again, that was another experience.
You have to learn more psychology.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Any good stories on Ric Flair? Because I know he came into the territory and you worked with him a little bit.
Yeah, we worked a little bit with him. Not really. I mean, Rick was just, you know, he was a go-getter too. I mean, he was all the time booming. He had good psychology, and he was good. You know, Harley race. I worked with Harley many times. We'd go a whole hour. And Harley was, they didn't get any better with Harley. I mean, Harley, you know, he wasn't the real fastest guy, but his psychology and being very methodical in what he did, and everything he did meant something. And his style and Flair's style was two different styles, but yet they both were world champions. And both of them, when they had the belt, Harley drew a lot of money, and so did Rick. They both did, and a bunch of nice guys.
Larry Zbyszko. What are your thoughts on Larry?
Larry was okay. Never really worked with Larry. I don't think. You probably know.
I don't remember.
At the same time. But Larry was a good hand. You know, he knew how to talk. I think if he had a better body and everything, he could have been better. Because that means a lot. You know, I mean, let's face it, it does. Your body is your business. At least that's the way I looked at it. And but he was, you know, like I said, I wasn't around him that much.
Okay. Now, before you went over to the World Wrestling Federation, I believe you went over to New Japan. You worked with Inoki.
Yeah, Mr. McMahon Senior. Ernie Ladd called me and said that Mr. McMahon wants to talk to you. And I was asked to go there about 1.5 years before that, and I didn't do it. I called him, talked to him. I just said I didn't think I was ready, but I should have went. But I didn't think I was ready. You know, it wasn't all about the money and everything. I mean, I wanted to do good, and I didn't think that I was ready yet. But I ended up going over there because I ended up a handshake, flew me there and everything, blah, blah, back. And I ended up, because they wanted me to sign a contract there in Georgia.
Right.
But they didn't have there was no money. It didn't say nothing about money. They just wanted to try to tie me up. Well, I didn't do it. So they got wind of it, this and that, and blah, 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 because at that time is when Vince McMahon was going to take over, like in 6 months. So for about 6 months, I didn't do nothing but go to Japan. Mr. McMahon took care of me for 6 months that I didn't do. I mean, like I said, I only went to Japan and waited till Vinny Jr. came.
Right.
And our first show was in it was in Allentown, Pennsylvania, at the fairgrounds. That's when Vince came in, and Mr. McMahon, wasn't shortly after that, he passed away.
Right.
And Mr. McMahon was the first, they recruited me and a couple other, 3 other guys, me and Hogan and everything.
They brought you in with Roddy Piper and David Schultz.
Yeah.
Right. Before that, when you were in Japan, how would you compare working in Japan compared to the United States? And
well, I wish the United States would go by their philosophy.
stiff.
Yeah, very. And that was my first partner over there was Terry Hawk, and everybody told me you better be in shape when you go over there, right? Buddy, I was running bleachers. I was running 3 miles a day. I mean, I was in ungodly shape because I've always believed in that. And I went over there, and after about the 2nd or 3rd day, they came back and say, "Slow down. You hurting the boys." But man, I was beating them up. We bloodied noses and everything else. I mean, we went after them. And I heard that's what you had to do. You had to get their attention because they would try to take advantage of you. And they would have.
Right.
And they will. I mean, but anyway, we made our point, and I went over there a bunch of times.
Any match over there stick out in your mind?
Fujinami.
I was going to ask you about it.
Yeah. I had a 15-minute match with Fujinami. Muta. I had one of his first matches on TV over there. There again, I didn't really go over there because I stayed over here. Prior to that, I went over there 4, 5, 6 times, maybe 8, 10 times all my whole career.
Right.
But towards the end, while I was up in WWF and even prior before that, I didn't go there that much.
Did you like it over there? Or?
No.
No, not really.
No, I like the people, don't take me wrong, but that's too far to be in an airplane, and then you go in some of them little towns, and all you can eat is minnows in a bag. They look like our potato chip, but they're dried minnows.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't deal with the food.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.